press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello dear students, so let me continue part number 18 from systems of particle and rotational motion. So anyhow, up to the last part we know the meaning of moment of inertia and we know some theorems, parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. Okay, so I hope that you remembered all the statements, and we already entered into some moment of inertia formulas. Okay, there are plenty of formulas, but I am going to show each and every formula with derivation. Okay, so if you are good in integration, better you practice all these coming derivations. Otherwise, at least you focus on final formula. Okay, that is your interest. Okay, if you are comfortable with the integration, then better you practice each and every step that what I am going to write in derivation. Anyhow, in the last class, I think the last one is moment of inertia of a rectangular bar or uniform rod. See, so the moment of inertia of a rod of length L and axis passing through center, perpendicular to the length, we got it as m L square by 12. And to calculate that moment of inertia, we are taken a small elemental part and we applied some integration. Okay, and next we calculated moment of inertia of the same rod, means axis passing through center of the rod perpendicular to the breadth. Perpendicular to the breadth, we got it as m b square by 12. Okay, and axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane also we got it. So perpendicular to the plane is, by using perpendicular axis theorem, we got I is equals to m into L square plus b square by 12. Okay, once we know the moment of inertia, we can find a radius of gyration. Okay, you know how to find the radius of gyration. So radius of gyration nothing but I is equal to m k square. K we can write it as root of I by m. Okay, once we know the moment of inertia formula, just to substitute I formula, you will get k. K is nothing but radius of gyration. Okay, and we know moment of inertia is a scalar or a vector. I think you remember that it is not a scalar and it is not a vector. It is a tensor quantity, because in different directions it will give some different values. For one body have different moment of inertia formulas in different directions. That's why moment of inertia is a tensor quantity. Okay, moment of inertia is a tensor, keep in mind. Now let us derive one more formula. So write down the next one, moment of inertia of a circular ring. Okay, easy derivation. So write down the next one, circular ring whose radius is r. Moment of inertia of a circular ring. Okay, so take some ring, okay, like a bangle. Okay, and here see, this is the bangle like this, and see, this is the axis of rotation. If the bangle rotate in this direction, so on board I am going to draw the diagram like this. See, on board the diagrams are planar diagrams, you know well. So let me draw like this. This is the ring, and see, this is the axis. Okay, whose radius is, this is r, and see, about this we need to find. Okay, whose ring mass is m, mass of the ring is m, r is the radius, and the ring is rotating like this. Okay, so to find the moment of inertia of a circular ring, axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane. So let me write the words. So let me write some formula number A here. Okay, for every body I am writing 2 to 3 4 formulas. So let me write the first one, axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane of the circular ring, perpendicular to the plane of circular ring. So this is the ring, and axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane of the ring. Now the ring is rotating like this. Okay, ring is rotating. So to find the moment of inertia of this ring of mass m, then take a small part whose mass is dm and distance is very clear, r only. Moment of inertia of this small part, we can write it as di, we can write it as dm into r square x, perpendicular distance. See, this is the perpendicular distance, ring is in this manner. So if you apply the integrations, so integration, this can be written as I, integration of dm is m, r square is a constant, okay, uniformly. So due to symmetry, r is a constant, r square is a constant, we can write m r square. So this is the moment of inertia of the circular ring, axis passing through center and perpendicular to the plane of the ring. So moment of inertia of a circular ring, axis passing through center and perpendicular to the plane of the ring. So very simple formula, I is equals to mr square. M is the mass of the circular ring, r is the radius of circular ring. Okay. Now let me find one more in this. So let me write the next one, you write later. About a diameter, about a diameter. So see, this is the ring, okay, so ring is not there in right now, nothing is there, okay, let just imagine correctly. So this is the ring and diameter, let us suppose ring is not available in right now, no problem. Feel this is a some circular ring, you feel circular ring. First one is axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane like this, it is rotating. Second, see, feel this is a ring, okay, cut in the ring shape otherwise, okay, don't feel as a disc, it is actually disc now. Yeah, somewhat better, okay. So ring, first one axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane, first formula, what is the formula? I is equal to mr square. Now the second one, about the diameter, see, this is the diametrical, this is the diameter, this pen is diameter, this is also diameter, okay, this is one axis, due to symmetry this value will be same, okay. So about a diameter, let me write like this, about diameter, this one, let us suppose this is something Ix and this is also the diametrical line, something Iy. See, this is one value, feel that Ix and this is another value Iy, and imagine one more axis like this. What is this axis? Iz means this is like a first diagram, Iz is like a first diagram, Iz is, let me draw like this, Iz. What is Iz? Iz is very clear, just now got it, mr square, Iz is mr square, okay. See, this is the diametrical line, this is the diametrical line, this is about a diameter, this is also about a diameter. Due to symmetry, these two values are equal, because of symmetry, Ix value, Iy value are equal, and Iz is axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane of the ring. Iz is axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane of the ring. This is Iz. Iz already calculated. Target is about diameter. Whether you need to find Ix, otherwise Iy. But Ix, Iy, both values are same. Okay, these two are same. So from perpendicular axis theorem, we can write Iz is equals to, we can write Ix plus Iy. But because of symmetry, Ix, Iy values are same, let me take this as something I, this is I, that is our target, means if you find Ix, that is nothing but about diameter, if you find Iy, that is also a diameter line. So Iz, we can write mr square, this is I plus I, so mr square is 2I, so I is equals to m r square by 2. So what is this I? I is the moment of inertia about a diameter. Moment of inertia about a diameter of circular ring. Formula is mr square by 2. Okay. So this is the diametrical line, this is also diameter. Due to symmetry, these two are equal, and this is Iz towards you, but on board I am drawing diagram like this. So by using perpendicular axis theorem, Iz is equals to Ix plus Iy. So finally I got I is equals to mr square by 2. So axis about a diameter is mr square by 2. Okay, mr square by 2. Now let me write one more formula. Let us draw the tangent for both. Okay, first one is axis passing through center perpendicular to plane, clear. Second one very easy, about a diameter, whether Ix or Iy, both are same, so I got the same. This is equivalent to Ix, this is equivalent to Iy. Okay. And if for suppose if they ask to find moment of radius of gyration about diameter, tell me how to get the radius of gyration about diameter, radius of gyration. So anyhow we know, okay, I will write the formula later. Radius of gyration, let me write. So we know that radius of gyration k, which is equivalent to I by m. I think you remember this formula. Radius of gyration k is equals to root of I by m. What is I? About diameter, if they ask, you substitute diameter, about diameter formula. So m r square by 2 by m. So mm gets cancelled. So k is equals to r by root 2. So this is the radius of gyration about diameter. Radius of gyration of a circular ring about a diameter is, keep in mind, r by root 2. R by root 2. Sometimes they may ask the ratio of radius of gyration about an axis passing through center perpendicular plane to the diameter. If they ask to find radius of gyration here, tell me how to get radius of gyration here. I by m, this is mr square by m, mm gets cancelled, r. If they ask this ratio, r by root 2, what is the ratio from first one to the second one? Root 2. R divided by r by root 2, r gets cancelled, answer is root 2. So they may give any easy level of question like this. Now let me write third formula. Let us draw the tangent for these two situations. Let me draw the tangent, okay. See, tangent means, see, this is the circular ring, feel this is a circular ring, and what is this one? Axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane. Draw the tangent for this one. So draw the tangent, means about this axis you find it, about this pen our target. About this chalk piece means axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane is mr square, but our target is to find about this pen, means about a tangent. This is the tangential line, about a tangent perpendicular to the plane. See, this is the plane perpendicular to the plane, and see these two axes are parallel to each other. Then what formula you have to use to get about this tangent? Definitely you have to use parallel axis theorem. So let me write the third formula. See the third one. About a tangent perpendicular to the plane, See, this is already done. About a tangent they are asking. So about this axis, okay, our target is to find out this value. This is already done. About this line, we got it as mr square. About this axis, see these two axes, how they are parallel to each other. Then you can go for parallel axis theorem to get the answer. So about a tangent perpendicular to the plane, about a tangent perpendicular to the plane means I is equals to, we have a formula I naught plus mr square, otherwise ICM. What is this I naught? Moment of inertia passing through center of mass. You can write I naught, otherwise ICM. I think I used two numbers, ICM, otherwise I naught. Okay, so I is equals to moment of inertia about an axis passing through center of mass is mr square plus mass and distance between these two axes. How much is the distance between these two axes? Distance between these two axes is r square. So what is the answer now? 2mr square. Okay. About a tangent perpendicular to the plane is 2mr square. Keep in mind, about a tangent perpendicular to the plane is 2mr square. Now let us draw one more tangent for a diametrical line. Easy formulas, feel correctly. So see the fourth one means D. About a tangent, about a tangent in its plane, in its plane, about a tangent in the plane, in its plane, about a tangent in its plane. See, if I draw tangent like this is perpendicular to the plane, this is the plane, perpendicular to the plane. Now in its plane means you draw like this, about this. See, about this means, okay, and this is the diameter. We have a formula, diameter, about diameter is mr square by 2, and this is at a distance of r again. So again these two axes are parallel to each other. So about a tangent in its plane, this is the diametrical line, and this formula we got it as mr square by 2, and our target is to find out about this. See, all diagrams look same, don't confuse. Again apply the parallel axis theorem. If I apply the parallel axis theorem, I is equals to I naught plus mr square. What is I naught? Means this is I naught, and this is I naught, axis passing through center, center of mass, about diameter. So this is mr square by 2 plus mr square 3 mr square by 2. If they ask you to find radius of gyration, root of I by m, I is 3 mr square by 2 by m, so you will get r of root 3 by 2 times of r. Okay, so r root 3 by 2. Okay, see four formulas. What is the first formula? See, this is the circular ring whose radius is r, whose mass is m. First one, axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane, mr square. Axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane is mr square. Second, about the diametrical, about diameter, about its diameter, maybe this one or maybe this one, about its diameter is mr square by 2, mr square, second one is mr square by 2 half, like that, mr square by 2. Third one, just I drawn tangent for the first diagram, I drawn tangent. So about a tangent perpendicular to the plane, mr square plus mr square, 2 mr square. Fourth one, about a tangent in its plane, in its plane, mr square by 2 plus mr square, 3 mr square by 2. So practice these four formulas. Okay. Now let us see the disc, circular disc. Okay. So let us the next one. Write down next one. Moment of inertia of a circular disc. Whose radius is r, whose mass is m, and surface density sigma. Okay, circular disc of radius is r, mass is m, surface density sigma. Circular disc. Again, let us find moment of inertia of the circular disc in 4 different situations. One is axis passing through center perpendicular to the disc. Okay. Second, about diameter. Third, we have to draw the tangents. Okay. Now let us see the disc. Let us feel this is the disc. Okay. Now first one, axis passing through center. Axis passing through center. If the disc is rotating like this, axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane of the disc. First formula, first one, axis passing through center and perpendicular to the plane of the disc. Perpendicular to the plane of the disc. It's like this. See, for this disc, earlier ring, for a ring directly we are taking a small part, and if you add all the small parts, that is equivalent to total mass. But here, to find this type of situation, means this is aerial objects, previous one is linear object. So I already given 3 different parameters, lambda, sigma, rho. I hope you remember these things in center of mass concept. Lambda, linear mass, means mass by length. Sigma, some surface density, means mass by area. And rho, volumetric density, mass by volume. Okay. So these 3 parameters will play main role in solving these type of objects. Now this is the aerial objects, because this disc have a surface area. That's why it will have some uniform surface density. Okay, surface density. That surface density is sigma. To find the moment of inertia of this disc, let us take, see, this is the disc. Okay, disc whose mass is m, whose radius is r. Now axis passing through center perpendicular to the disc. About this is our target. Okay, let us suppose this is the center. To find the moment of inertia of this disc, again you have to go for integration, means you have to take a small portion and apply the integration for small portion. By taking some proper limits, we will get the moment of inertia of the complete disc. Now let us see how to get this one. Already same parts are done in center of mass. Again I am going to continue same integration derivations. So no need to worry, first year students especially. So no need to worry about the integration derivations. Try to practice it. Okay. Here I am spending lot of time. So at a distance of something x, you take a small part. See, I am taking a small part. At a distance of something x, I am taking a small part. And take the small part outside. Take the small part outside. If you take the small part outside, that is looks like a ring, circular ring. Anyhow, at a distance of x, okay, total radius is r. This radius is r. At a distance of x, I am taking a small part, okay, whose thickness is dx. Whose thickness is dx, and this part will have mass dm. Okay, that part have mass dm. Okay, and see, thickness is dx, mass is dm. Okay, this will have surface density sigma. Sigma density, surface density is mass by area. What is area? Pi r square. For small part, sigma we can write it as dm by dA. So we can write dm is equals to sigma dA. dm is equal to sigma nothing but it is a constant m by pi r square dA. dA nothing but area of this circular ring. Area of the ring is area of this ring. So tell me what is that? So length into breadth means circumference. Circumference of the ring is 2 pi x, breadth dx. Got it? Take the small part outside. Find area of that part. Don't write pi x square. Take the small part outside, cut it and stretch it on a floor. Then you take the length. What is that length? 2 pi x. What is the breadth? dx. Thickness is the dx. So 2 pi x dx. Got it? Now pi gets cancelled. Okay, I got dm. So what I got dm? So dm is equals to, I got it as 2 m x dx by r square. Check it, 2 m x dx by r square. But our target is to find out complete moment of inertia. So we can write di is equals to integration of di. Let me write integration of dm into x square. Okay, dm into distance, dm into x, dm x square. And what are the limits? 0 to r, because we are moving from 0 to maximum radius of the circular disc is r. So this becomes I. 0 to r. What is the dm? We got from here. So 2 capital M small m, don't feel now, just mass. Okay, 2 m x by r square dx into x square. So I is equals to 2m, you can take it out, 2m by r square x integration of 0 to r x cube dx. x cube dx. So I is equals to 2m by r square x cube dx is x power 4 by 4, 0 to r. Now I is equals to 2m by r square r power 4 by 4. So r square. So I is equals to m r square by 2. See, this is the moment of inertia of the circular disc about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane of the disc. Okay, earlier we got mr square. Now this is half mr square by 2. Keep in mind, previous circular ring is mr square. For a disc we got it as mr square by 2. Okay, see, to calculate the moment of inertia of the circular disc about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane of the disc is, just I taken a small elemental part at a distance of x from center, and that part will have a thickness dx. The length of the part is 2 pi x. So area of this small part is 2 pi x into dx. Area of the part is 2 pi x into dx. So I written sigma for full part m by pi r square, full part of the disc. For small part dm by dA. So dm is equals to, now I am finding mass of the small part, dm is equal to sigma dA. Then I got dm and I substituted the dm value in our regular formula. Finally I got moment of inertia of the circular disc about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane. I got it as m r square by 2. If they ask you to find out radius of gyration, very simple, root of I by m. I is mr square by 2 by m. So r by root 2. Okay. Okay, take this. Now let us find the next one in this. So derivations are your interest. I am going to derive everything. Okay. So at least you practice the formula. If you are comfortable with integrations, you try to practice like this. Okay. This practice will help for JEE levels. Okay. In JEE, most of the questions based on integrations. So definitely this practice will help in attempting JEE papers. We will get some confidence. Otherwise, at least final formula. Okay, based on your integration knowledge. Right now nothing. In the next case maybe some substitution methods will come. We will see how that methods will come. Take this first. Okay. So let me find moment of inertia about the diameter. Now, second one. So, moment of inertia of the circular disc about diameter. About diameter means, see, this is the diameter. Means the disc is rotating like this. This is the diameter. Got it? Otherwise, this one. This is also diameter. Disc is rotating like this. So, about diameter. About a diameter. See, this is the circular disc whose mass is m, radius is r, and just suppose this is diametrical line something ix, nothing but I, this is iy, this is also I, and this is iz. iz we got as mr square by 2. Iz just now got it as mr square by 2. Okay. So tell me what theorem we have to apply to get Ix, otherwise Iy. Ix, Iy because of symmetry, due to symmetry both values are same. So from perpendicular axis theorem we can write Iz is equals to Ix plus Iy. Ix is equals to Ix, Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Iz, what is Iz? Mr square by 2. Ix is I, Iy also I. Both are same. Okay. So mr square by 2, this is 2I. Then I is equals to, we got it as mr square by 4. See previous formula mr square by 2. Now here mr square by 2 and mr square by 4. At least remember the order. Order will help. Okay, at least. Previous circular ring mr square. First one, second one mr square by 2, circular disc mr square by 2, and the next one is mr square by 4. What is the name of the next one? About a diameter. About a diameter. Of course, axis passing through center only. Axis passing through center and about a diameter. I is equals to mr square by 4. Okay. Now, see the next. Let us draw the tangent. Tangent for first case, tangent for second case. About a tangent in about a tangent perpendicular to the plane. Perpendicular to the plane. Tangent perpendicular to the plane. See, this is the disc. This is axis passing through center, perpendicular to the plane. Now about this chalk piece. Okay, about this one, and about this mr square by 2, and we have to find about a tangent perpendicular to the plane. Perpendicular to the plane. See, there is a perpendicular axis. From these two are perpendicular to the plane. This is already got it, mr square by 2. And target is to find out about this axis. What is the gap? R. Again tell me what theorem you have to apply to get I. No doubt parallel axis theorem. So I is equals to I naught plus mr square. I naught nothing but axis passing through center. Center of mass is mr square by 2 plus mr square. Then what is the answer? 3 mr square by 2. 3 mr square by 2. In the same way, about a tangent in its plane, see the words are important, in its plane. See, this is the plane about this. This is nothing but diameter formula mr square by 4, and this about this chalk piece we need to find. So mr square by 4 plus mr square, 5 mr square by 4. So here let me write directly. This is mr square by 4. Target is to find out about this. Now again use the parallaxis theorem. I naught plus mr square. I naught is mr square by 4 mr square 5 mr square by 4. So see, formulas are increasing slowly. 5 mr square by 4. So I am writing only 4 formulas. Okay. Mr square by 2, mr square by 4, 3 mr square by 2, 5 mr square by 4. Keep the names in mind. About a tangent perpendicular to the plane, about a tangent in its plane. Okay. Okay. See the next. So next one, hollow sphere. Some lengthy derivation. Don't worry about the derivations. Practice all the formulas. Now let me show the next derivation. Moment of inertia of a hollow sphere. Write down. Moment of inertia of a hollow sphere about diameter or about its own axis. Hollow sphere about diameter. About a diameter, otherwise own axis. Own axis, its own axis, like a globe. Hollow sphere, empty sphere. Yeah. See, how to get this formula. Hollow sphere means inside empty. Okay, hollow sphere have some area, means area of the hollow sphere is 4 pi r square. If r is the radius, then area is 4 pi r square. So to find this one, say I know how hollow sphere have surface density sigma and mass is m, radius is r. Okay, uniform surface density. See, this is the hollow sphere. Inside is empty. Radius is r. Okay, radius is r, and hollow sphere have surface density is mass by area. Okay, don't worry about small m capital M. Mass by area, mass by area. What is the area? 4 pi r square. Mass by 4 pi r square. To find the moment of inertia of a hollow sphere about its own axis, means axis passing through center, otherwise diameter. Take a globe, take a one stick and pierce the put the stick along the center. Definitely that is nothing but a diametrical line. Take a globe, take one stick and just penetrate the stick into along the hole, means at the center. Definitely that will be a diametrical line or about its own axis. Okay, about its own axis. To find this moment of inertia, let us take a small part again. Find the mass of that small part, and later you substitute some limits, proper limits, and apply integration, we will get the answer. See, this is the process. Now let us find the mass of that small part. To find that, let me take a small part like this. At an angle something theta, see, you can take here or here. Let me take theta here, no problem. You can take here now. You will get some sin theta, cos theta. Finally, answers will be same. So there is no change in answer. So I am taking a small part. Okay, only this mass is present, dm, and this thickness is dx. No doubt this dx is nothing but, see, if this angle is d theta, the small part angle is d theta. So dx is nothing but what? What is dx? Arc length, small arc length formula r into d theta, r d theta. Okay, here from here to here is r. And if this part is taken, see, if you see from the top view is looks like this. If you take a small part, okay, you are inside the globe, take a small part and just you round it. That is like a one ring, circular ring. So the ring is looks like this. From the top view, entire this portion will be covered like this. From the top view, this ring will have a radius. See, if you see from top view, the top view looks like this. It is like a ring, a circular ring whose radius. What is this radius? Tell me this radius. This is r, and this is r cos theta component. R cos theta. What is this component? R sin theta. So what is the radius of this circular ring? R sin theta. Some complicated. Okay, nothing. And this thickness anyhow we got it. dm is the mass, dx is the some arc length, nothing but r d theta. Let us write the, for small part, sigma is equals to dm by dA, mass by area, and dm is equals to sigma dA. dm is equals to sigma, we got it already, m by 4 pi r square, dA, area of that small part. Area of the small part is length into breadth. Area means just you take that ring outside, stretch it on a floor. The length of that ring is 2 pi r. 2 pi r nothing but what? 2 pi r. 2 pi r nothing but r sin theta. Actually 2 pi r into dx. Area of this ring is 2 pi r into dx. 2 pi r becomes r sin theta. If you take theta here, r cos theta will come. So right now 2 pi r sin theta into dx. 2 pi r, this is the circumference, into thickness. What is thickness? Dx. And what is the dx? R d theta. R d theta. See the complicated thing. R square cancel. 2 pi 2. So 2 will be there here. So let me write dm. So how much I got dm? dm is equals to m by 2 sin theta d theta. Check it once. Check the calculations. M by 2 sin theta d theta. Otherwise you will get wrong answer. So m by 2 sin theta d theta. I got dm. Okay. Then our target is to find the moment of inertia. So di is equals to integration of dm into, so dm into x square. What is that x? dm into x square. What is this x component? X nothing but what? R sin theta square. This is I. And limits, we can take this element from here to here. So limits are 0 to pi. Integration of 0 to pi. What is the dm? Substitute the value. M by 2 sin theta d theta. This is r square sin square theta. So any terms are cancelled, nothing. I is equals to m by 2 you write outside. r square also we write outside, 0 to pi sine cube theta. So you are getting some sine theta, sine square theta. See, sine theta, sine square theta. Let me write as it is, sine theta as it is, d theta as it is, d theta as it is. Sine square theta, let me write 1 minus cos square theta. See, some complicated. Otherwise, you can write sine cube theta. Nothing will happen. Again, that is going to be split up. Sine cube theta, we can write it as sine theta into sine square theta. Sine square theta, nothing but 1 minus cos square theta. So, moment of inertia m r square by 2, 0 to pi. See, some complicated situation. Sine theta is there, cos theta is there. Okay, in integration there are so many methods, substitution methods are there. So let me take one substitution method here. Okay, so this is an integration process, substitution method. Let us take something cos theta which is equivalent to t. I am taking some cos theta value as a something t. Apply the derivative on both sides. Derivative of cos theta is sin theta d theta. Apply derivative on both sides, sin theta d theta. My derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta d theta. Derivative of t is dt. Okay. Now sin theta d theta is equals to minus dt. Got it? Some complicated for first PUC students, but there is no problem for second PUC students. They know well this one. So sin theta d theta is equals to minus dt. Okay. Okay, if you are uncomfortable, better you come to the final formula. Okay. So sin theta d theta, this is the process. Okay, whoever may be, they have teach like this only. There is no other option in integration situation. Sin theta d theta is equals to minus dt. So substitute here, 0 to pi sin theta d theta. Sin theta d theta is minus dt. Sin theta d theta is minus dt. 1 minus cos square theta, 1 minus t square, 1 minus t square. Let me write this t outside, sorry, minus outside. I is equals to minus mr square by 2. Again you have to change the limits also. Okay, instead of changing limits, let me do like this, minus I written outside, 0 to pi. Okay, instead of changing limits, I am doing like this. Apply this integration. See, minus already taken out, dt into 1. This is dt, integration of dt, and dt into t square, 0 to pi t square dt. I is equals to minus mr square by 2. This is t, dt is t, 0 to pi, t square, t cube by 3, 0 to pi. What is t? T just, so I am not changing the limits, just what is t? T is nothing but cos theta. So I is equals to minus mr square by 2 cos theta. See, this is the entire brackets now. Cos theta 0 to pi minus cos cube theta by 3, 0 to pi. See the complicated. Now it is easy. Cos pi minus 1, cos 0, 1. So minus 1, minus 2 will come, and cos cube, just same thing, minus 1 and 1. So if you solve this, if you substitute these pi values, minus 1, you will get 4 by 3 you will get. So let me write here, just I am missing one step here because of the space. So if you substitute this upper limit and lower limit, okay, cos cube pi minus 1 minus cos cube, that is minus 1. So you will get minus 4 by 3. So finally I is equals to minus mr square, what is there outside, 2. This is minus 4 by 3 you will get, minus 4 by 3. In this bracket you will get minus 4 by 3. Keep in mind, you just I am missing one step, minus 4 by 3. So final answer, this is 2 minus plus 1. So plus 2 m r square by 3. See, this is the formula. 2 mr square by 3. Some lengthy integrations, don't worry, practice twice thrice. So, what is the final formula? I got it now, 2 mr square by 3. This is about diameter, okay, about diameter. Take this, about a diameter is 2 by 3 mr square. See, to find this, I have taken a small element by an angle theta with respect to the vertical I have taken, and this small part have mass m, dm, small part have some length dx, dx nothing but r d theta, and if you see the top view looks like some circle in shape, and that circle have radius r sin theta. So, finally, for small part I got sigma value and I got dm value. So, finally, I got dm and I substituted dm in the integration process. So, here some different process started, sin theta, sin square theta. This sin square theta I written 1 minus cos square theta, sin square theta written 1 minus cos square theta. So, let us suppose cos theta you take it as a t, something x is not possible, something t. So, if you apply the differentiation for this one, cos theta differentiation is minus sin theta d theta. Apply differentiation on both side. Here you apply differentiation on both side. Apply differentiation on both side. Then derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta d theta. Derivative of t is dt. Okay, sin theta d theta is minus dt. Substitute this sin theta d theta as a minus dt, 1 minus t square, and minus just you write here, and multiply this dt for this one, integration of dt, and multiply dt for t square. This is like a integration of x, dx is x, dt is t square, t cube by 3. Convert this t into cos theta term, cos theta 0 to pi, cos 180 minus 1 minus cos 0 minus 1, this is minus 2 finally, minus again this is minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3. So, finally, you will get overall minus 4 by 3 you will get, minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, overall you will get minus 4 by 3 inside the brackets. Check these calculations, and I taken minus 4 by 3, minus into minus plus. So, 2 2s are, finally I got 2 mr square by 3. So, what is that 2 mr square by 3? Moment of inertia of a hollow sphere about an axis or about its own axis. Okay, whatever the line passing through center, that will give own axis, and of course that will give diametrical axis. Okay, so derivations you try to practice number of times. Now let us draw the about a tangent. One more formula for this, about a tangent. If you draw a tangent, let us see what is the formula. Very simple. In the same way, we are going to solve for solid sphere. If you are comfortable with integration, you try this solid sphere. Solid sphere have volume density rho. Solid sphere have volume density, rho is equals to mass by volume. Volume means 4 by 3 pi r cube. Again take a small part, apply the integration as it is like this. You will get a dm is equals to some sigma into some rho into dv. Write that dv as a area into some length term. You will get some integration process again. That is easy, not like this. Okay, that also I am going to show you in situation. Okay. Now see, let us write one more formula about this. So, about a tangent of a hollow sphere, about a tangent. So, about a tangent is very simple. About a tangent. See, this is the hollow sphere. About this we got it as 2 by 3 mr square. Now our target is to find out about a tangent, about this. So, very simple. About this means what theorem you have to use, directly we can expect. So, from parallel axis theorem, I naught plus mr square. What is I naught? About the diameter. See, this is 2 by 3 mr square, just now we got it. 2 by 3 mr square, then what is the answer now? 5 by 3 mr square. Okay, about a tangent is 5 by 3 mr square. Two formulas are possible about a tangent. About the central line is 2 by 3 mr square. About a tangent is 2 by 3 mr square plus mr square. So 5 by 3 mr square. Okay, see, so far I covered rectangular rod. Okay, for a rectangular rod, perpendicular to the length ml square by 12, perpendicular to the breadth mb square by 12, perpendicular to the plane ml square plus b square by 12. Of course, at one end with making some angle also I calculated. And for circular ring, axis passing through center, perpendicular to the plane mr square. About diameter mr square by 2. About tangent perpendicular to the plane 2 mr square. About a tangent in its plane mr square plus mr square by 2, 3 mr square by 2. In the same way, circular disc also calculated. Axis passing through center, perpendicular to the plane mr square by 2. About diameter mr square by 4. And next formulas are about a tangent perpendicular to the plane mr square by 2 plus mr square. So 3 mr square by 2. And about a tangent in its plane mr square by 4 plus mr square, 5 mr square by 4. Keep all these formulas in order wise. Practice number of times. These formulas will help in solving number of questions. Okay. And a hollow sphere, about a diameter or about its own axis 2 by 3 mr square. Okay, about its own axis 2 by 3 mr square. About a tangent 5 by 3 mr square. Okay. In the next sessions, I will continue solid sphere. If possible, you try to find solid sphere. Okay, same process you apply it like this. Solid sphere. Inside some matter will be there. Solid sphere that will have some volume. So take rho. What is that rho? Volume density, mass by volume, and apply the integration. You will get one formula. Okay, that I am going to continue in the next sessions. Okay, some solid sphere, solid cylinder, hollow cylinder, solid cone, hollow cone, all are there. Don't worry, I am going to derive each and everything with the derivations. Okay, so you practice formulas, and if possible, better you practice these integration steps. Okay, thank you.